What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and a couple of other tickers. I want to break down what's going on with the QQQ and such, what's happening with some news that just came out, what you should be watching for as time progresses. But before I break the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit $500, you guarantee 20 free stocks. The offer ends very soon in just about 1 week. Anyways, for the market right now, the bulls are on top. They're continuing to push the markets higher. We have some events coming up. We just had Nvidia's stock split finally make its way to adjusting the share price. There's some news about Tesla coming out about how different funds are kind of opposing Musk's pay package. I personally have a very, very different view of that. I will talk more about that later. But don't forget, we have the stockholder meeting for Tesla on Thursday, June 13th. And then right now we also have live coverage coming out of the conference that Aapl is attending. This is going to be important. They're making some important announcements about AI. They just unveiled their Aapl Intelligence. It's artificial intelligence software. It's going to feature an integration of OpenAI's ChatGPT. It's going to be very, very useful. This will be very useful for them with these new functions. I think it's very, very cool. But for Aapl, this has been kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news event. It's been pumping approaching the event. And then since the event started, Apple's been down a bit. But overall, it's still holding some key supports. So I'll be talking about all of that very, very quickly. So for SPY, we're on a very, very strong looking uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows, pushing very, very well. We have this 536 areas just resistance, and we have a range between 536 and 533. Overall, SPY is on the upper end of that range. We started to dip, but we didn't end up closing below or losing 533. We're actually holding above it very, very well. If we lose 533, I'll be looking for 532.5. If that fails us, I'll be looking at 531.5, then 529 as our levels. But overall, we're holding very, very well above this, and with this nice little rebound, there's a good chance that this could continue higher as the chart has a bullish trend. The first sign of weakness for SPY would have been if we lose this green line right here. This is our 20 EMA. This is currently at 532.5, right? We haven't lost that. We actually bounced off of it. So far, the chart is favoring the bulls, especially after all of our bill auctions came out. The market is pumped and still holding up very, very well. Nvidia also has more upside potential. We got this little dip here, which turns to liquidity grab. I said in my video yesterday, there's going to be a little dip coming to Nvidia. We did get the dip. It did come, but it was just very temporary. We got bought back up afterwards. So because we're holding, as long as we're holding above 119.25, Nvidia has potential to start pushing all the way up to about 124. It looks more bullish to me. There's no sign of it breaking down. And overall, the technicals favor the bulls. Now, one more thing about the market, by the way. Yes, the market's bullish right now, but don't forget one more thing. On Wednesday, we have CPI, then the FOMC meeting with Jerome Powell giving a speech. We'll see if Jerome Powell helps the market continue to pump. Wednesday will be a big day as well, just to kind of affect things. So we'll just wait for that. For Bitcoin, we're currently trying to hold above 69,630. This is our 50 EMA. If we lose this, we'll be coming back down towards 69,000 flats. If we bounce off this, we could be pushing back up to about 70,250. So we're holding up very, very well so far, and there is a good chance that this will maintain its structure. So not bad from Bitcoin. For others out there, I'm going to be looking at, let me just double check this Tesla stock. Tesla's trading sideways. It's been doing this for many, many weeks, for about a month, actually. It's been just straight up sideways, but I'm not too concerned because we're going to make a big move, I believe, with the shareholder vote in the next couple of days. If we break past 180, we're bullish. Tesla could break out to 182, 185, and etc. If we lose 173, we could turn bearish and start breaking down to 168. I'll be waiting to see which way Tesla breaks. One thing that's good, though, is the chart has a nice inverse head and shoulders. This is actually looking pretty good. And with this inverse head and shoulders, there's a good chance that this could continue to pump higher. So this is looking pretty good for Tesla. There's a lot more upside potential in it. I think that there's a good chance that Tesla could get a big breakout soon. We're just waiting to see once the events come, once we get closer to the stockholder meeting. I think there's going to be a big move coming soon. Otherwise, it's just consolidating for now. For the QQQ, just like SPY, it's bullish. Okay, we did come down thanks to Nvidia and the others. We saw this thing dip to about 462, maybe a little bit lower, but we managed to hold up above this support. To be bearish, you want to see it lose not just 460, but I'd say like 461, because that's where our 20 EMA happens to be. If we lost 461, this thing could have easily started falling. We hit the 461s only to bounce off of them. Now we're trying to push higher towards new all-time highs. And I think that there's a good chance that the QQQ could be pushing all the way up towards 465 all over again. If that breaks, 466 will be our target, then 467. Overall, it's holding up very well, and there is upside potential in this chart. So it's holding up very, very nicely. Apple, on the other hand, is showing some weakness because, like I said before, I buy the rumor sold news event. We're currently fighting near our 50 EMA. The last time we came a little bit below it, we actually got a big bounce. So we'll see if Apple bounces off 192.79. If we do get a bounce here or not, we have to. If we end up failing to bounce here, we could be coming all the way down to the lower 190s. If we bounce off this, we'll be rebounded to 194.87. So we'll see what Apple does. We're at some critical support right now. So we will see if support holds. 192.7 for the 50 EMA is going to be key for us. For a few more, let's just go over a few more. I know people are interested in Supermicro. Just like I said earlier, this thing would likely get a little dip and then a rebound all the way up towards that 800 area. And we'll see if we get a rejection or not. But I think that 800 could be tested, if not 808, somewhere between that range, 800 to 808. And then we'll see if we get a rejection or not moving forward. For the IWM Russell 2000, we're trying to rebound a bit. We could actually be approaching. So we're at previous support becoming resistance around 202. If this breaks, I'll be looking at 202.7, and we'll see if we get a rejection or not. So I'll be very, very patient. For AMD, AMD is kind of dropping a little bit. So we're down about 4% as of right now. There's a head and shoulders like structure, but we have 158 as key support. For this to really drop, I want to see it lose 158. If we don't lose that, we're going to continue to consolidate in this range. So watch 158 as key support. We'll see how it reacts from there. For Coinbase, we're pushing up very nicely. Got a nice bounce over 50 EMA at 238, where we reached our target of 250. We could continue to go a little higher now towards 254. It's holding up very well. Amazon's approaching 187 as resistance. If that breaks, I think we could easily go all the way up here towards 188.25. Overall, Amazon is favoring bulls a bit more. Meta, we'll have to see where it closes. If we close above 500, there's going to be more potential for upside. If we close below it, it could reject. Overall, it's holding up very well. GME exactly as predicted. We're dropping even lower. I did call this out, guys. I said GME has this gap. If we're going to likely do this if we lose the support. That's what happened. That could have been a nice short if you guys were playing that. But I called that out in my previous video and my earlier videos too. AMC, not as nice of a short, but it's still, it still has some downwards momentum that's affecting it. We're going to be watching this 4.5 area. If we lose this, we'll fill the gap. If not, we just continue to shuffle. So we'll give it some time and see how things end up going. With that being said, guys, I just want to appreciate every single one of you guys so much for listening. The market is still holding up very well, favoring the bulls. We dipped a bit only to get bought back up. So right now the bulls are winning. But let's just see if SPY could hold above 533. If the QQQ holds above 462, as long as we do so, we're going to be in a good place. And then for Tesla, that's going to be one on my watch list for now. I can't wait to see what happens with the shareholder meeting approaching. We're going to make some massive moves, and I can't wait. So be patient, guys. Let's hope for the best. And we'll see how things end up going for Tesla. All right. Especially Tesla. I can't wait to see what the votes end up telling us about the pay package for Musk. That's going to be very important. But for other news, the majority of news for Apple and Nvda are kind of like out the main catalysts, at least for the week. All we're going to be waiting for is just the FOMC meeting alongside CPI on Wednesday. And then Tesla's shareholder vote is going to be coming out soon. So that's going to be important. So big stuff for the week, especially for Wednesday and Thursday. Can't wait. Thank you for listening, guys. I'll see you guys in a few hours, and peace out.